And Microsoft, despite people screaming to the heavens that the AI shit that they're doing is ruining Windows.
Clearly they're burning bridges. Clearly people are more and more looking to an alternative. Is it really worth the pursuit of trying to win this AI war if you just destroy all user satisfaction?
Bill Gates is in full panic mode after a new study exposed a shocking backlash against Windows 11 AI, and the numbers are brutal. What was supposed to be Microsoft's bold AI revolution is now turning into a trust crisis that's shaking the foundation of the world's most dominant operating system. Users are rebelling, rolling back, and walking away.
This isn't a coincidence. This is a pattern, and it's accelerating.
Microsoft stood up and said it clearly. Windows is now the canvas for AI and agents.
Boot up your PC to game with friends. Windows forces an update. 45 minutes later, your Discord is blowing up and you're still staring at this screen, working on updates.
It was being repositioned as an AI delivery platform. AI in your workflow. Deep Microsoft 365 Copilot integration. Copilot plus PCs with dedicated hardware acceleration. The message was ambitious, but for many users, it also felt forced.
And now, what's left feels less like a tool for creativity and more like an ad platform wrapped in AI features that no one asked for.
Microsoft's first update of 2026 bricked thousands of PCs. We're talking black screens, boot failures, Outlook not wanting to open.
While executives talked about intelligent agents and productivity breakthroughs, users were asking a simpler question. Why does my operating system suddenly feel crowded? Instead of streamlined, it felt layered. Instead of lighter, it felt heavier. Features appeared that no one specifically requested. Prompts showed up. Inside core apps. Integration became saturation, and that gap between vision and daily experience began to widen.
January 13th, 2026, just a simple cumulative update for Windows 11 version 25H2 and a 24H2 KB5074109. Includes the latest security fixes and improvements.
Then the data dropped, and it wasn't subtle. A Tom's Guide poll asked users what they wanted from Windows 11's AI push. 68% said they wanted a master off switch for all AI features, not adjustments, not better onboarding, off. 31% wanted bloat reduced, and 0% reported actively using the AI features. 0. That's not indifference. That's pushback.
Try installing Windows 11 without a Microsoft account. You can't anymore. They killed almost all of the workarounds. October's update cut NVIDIA gaming performance in half.
The recall controversy made it worse. A feature designed to take snapshots of user activity for searchable history immediately triggered privacy concerns. Security researchers raised alarms. Users reacted sharply. Microsoft postponed the rollout and made it opt-in. That wasn't smooth innovation. That was retreat. And it reinforced the perception that AI was being rushed ahead of user trust.
Why are we actually putting AI in Notepad? How about this one? Crazy idea.
So you could get to skip it. Well, Microsoft killed that in 2025 for, quote, security. But people found other workarounds, and guess what? Microsoft is killing those too.
Microsoft is blocking more ways to set up a Windows 11 local account.
They're not making Windows better. They're making it impossible.
Meanwhile, Copilot expanded everywhere. Inside File Explorer, inside Notepad, embedded. Across Microsoft 365, the strategy seemed clear. Integrate AI deeply enough and adoption will follow. But the numbers told a different story. Copilot sits at roughly 20 million weekly users. Compare that to ChatGPT's 400 million weekly users. Paid Copilot adoption among Microsoft 365 users is only 3%. On the web, Copilot's market share is under 1%, while ChatGPT holds 64.5% and Gemini 21%. Even with operating system level integration, users are choosing other AI platforms. That disconnect matters. If AI is the future of Windows and Windows reaches over 1 billion devices, why aren't users embracing the built-in assistant?
Had 11,000 security vulnerabilities in 2025. That's an 845% increase from 2024. 845%.
Then came the adoption shock. In March 2025, Windows 11 adoption fell to 28%, down from 35% just 4 months earlier. Microsoft had projected 55%. They missed by 27 percentage points. That's not a rounding error. That's momentum reversing. What followed made it more striking. Windows 10 installations began. Increasing even though official support had ended 5 months prior. Users were moving back, choosing unsupported software over the new AI integrated system. That's not slow adoption, that's active rejection. Reddit communities are filled with downgrade discussions, roughly 400 posts per day focused on reverting to Windows 10. YouTube downgrade tutorials gathered millions of views. This wasn't fringe behavior. It was mainstream frustration turning into action.
Because there's so many people that are stuck using Windows that I feel like this VX Underground guy. Like I can't even, can I even make fun of Windows at this point? Like is it kind of just, am I punching down now at this point? Is that what this is? Am I making fun of the little guy?
IT departments felt it too. According to Spiceworks survey data, 34% of IT professionals who deployed Windows 11 were considering downgrading, 1 in 3. Rolling back an operating system across an organization is disruptive and expensive. Companies avoid that unless something is fundamentally wrong.
Built around it, and productivity was defined by it. For a while, it felt like Windows would last forever, but that kind of comfort always sets up for the next disruption. The cracks started to show with Windows 8.
One Chicago law firm upgraded 180 workstations. Within 3 months, measured productivity dropped 14%. Same hardware, same employees, same tasks. Complaints piled up about taskbar limitations, workflow, changes, Copilot interruptions, and forced Microsoft account integration, complicating domain environments. The firm executed a full rollback. 2 weeks of planning, reinstallations, reconfiguration, short-term disruption accepted. Within a week of returning to Windows 10, productivity recovered and complaints stopped. That reversal was measurable, and measurable reversals change narratives quickly.
Is still going on. They've already pushed 2 out-of-band updates, not their standard updates, to fix the problems, and this has survived. This bug has survived multiple out-of-band updates. Honestly, at this point, I actually just feel bad.
At the same time, a routine Patch Tuesday update temporarily broke localhost functionality. Core networking features malfunctioned, and emergency rollback was required. While Microsoft was promoting AI transformation, basic system stability faltered. The contrast was hard to ignore. Users began asking whether resources were being directed toward innovation headlines instead of foundational reliability.
507-4109 rolls right off the tongue. That's the January 2026 update that broke everything, and it's not an outlier. It's just this month's entry in what was already a catastrophic 2025.
Performance benchmarks added more fuel. Independent testing showed that gaming performance drops by 3 to 8%. In competitive scenarios, one esports player reported that frame rates fell from 340 frames per second on Windows 10 to 290 frames per second on Windows 11 on identical hardware. Application launch times were measured 15 to 20% slower in some cases. Video rendering in tools like DaVinci Resolve and Adobe Premiere showed export times 6 to 8% longer. Machine learning workloads ran over 12% slower in certain tests. Microsoft maintained that Windows 11 was optimized for modern hardware, but benchmark data challenged that narrative. When a new operating system performs worse at gaming, editing, and other compute-intensive tasks, users begin questioning its priorities.
Everything ended up breaking. We're talking about so many apps wouldn't launch, and this little Windows just being smashed and nothing happened. It just kind of hurts me because
Then came interface friction. The taskbar could no longer be moved from the bottom. Features present since Windows 95 were removed. The redesigned right-click menu added an extra step to reach common options. The Start menu lost customization flexibility. Individually, these changes might seem minor. Collectively, they altered the muscle memory built over decades. Extra clicks multiply across daily workflows.
Windows 11 Home literally can't be installed without either registry hacks that they keep patching or creating a Microsoft account and uploading everything to their cloud, which actually, you know what? Speaking of which.
Meanwhile, broader market indicators shifted. Linux desktop share reportedly doubled from 3.1% to 6.2% year over year. Mac enterprise sales rose 63%. Chromebook business shipments increased 127%. Enterprises began evaluating large-scale Mac deployments numbering in the tens of thousands. These movements suggested diversification rather than isolated experimentation. None of these factors alone guarantees decline, but together they shape perception. AI expansion, stability hiccups, performance regressions, interface friction, ads, interruptions, adoption slowdown, downgrades, market diversification. The cumulative effect builds a narrative of misalignment between corporate strategy and user priorities. That brings the issue back to trust.
Microsoft gave the FBI BitLocker encryption keys. Now, BitLocker is Windows disk encryption. It's supposed to protect your data and make it unreadable without the key, except Microsoft has your keys. By default, when you enable BitLocker, your recovery keys upload to your Microsoft account. Most people don't know that this is happening.
Forced hardware requirements pushed many functional PCs into early replacement cycles. Mandatory Microsoft accounts appeared less about convenience and more about ecosystem integration. Telemetry concerns intensified after the recall controversy. Ads and AI integrations overlapped with performance concerns. The combination created a credibility gap. Reports suggested even Bill Gates was drawn into emergency discussions despite not leading day-to-day operations for decades. Symbolically, that signals seriousness. When founders are consulted during turbulence, it reflects strategic concern.
That the Microsoft sales team has managed to continue just putting up numbers in enterprise and government, even with all this.
Microsoft faces a strategic decision. Messaging has begun shifting towards stability following backlash against the agentic OS framing. Yet Copilot expansion continues. AI remains central to shareholder narratives and to the justification of long-term investment. The question is whether friction can be reduced quickly enough to prevent behavioral patterns from solidifying. If Windows market share were to fall from 73% in 2023 toward 45% over several years, developer incentives would adjust. Optimization priorities would follow active user bases. Enterprise procurement strategies would diversify. Further, platform transitions in technology history show that once a critical mass shifts, reversal becomes difficult.